Hello and welcome back to our Bannerlord modded playthrough, and I'm ready to, well, basically exterminate and maybe even eliminate the last of the wonderful vassals from this faction here. So I'm just going to make sure to click on the right thing, and here we go. Let's do this. Now this is my army solely against her army, and I'm very, very excited about this because, let's face it, anytime I get this kind of situation, I'm going to have a much better idea of how I can level up. I'm going to be able to empower my character just that much more because, let's face it, whenever we get into one of those really big fights, it's really difficult to do something like that because you're always going to have those kinds of situations where you're going to get shot in the face, then you're going to be limping around with about 10 or 20% HP, and it is just going to limit your options so dramatically. But thankfully, as they have less units, hopefully they're not going to be able to do that. But as we know, they are pretty good at what they do. You know, they are pretty good at what they do, so they're obviously going to potentially have that ability anyway. But, you know, we're just going to cross our fingers and hope that that does not happen. Anyway, I've been attempting to get some more people into my garrison in the town that we just got awarded to us. I am actually extremely pleased about that. I'm really, kind of a bit paranoid now that it's going to get taken by someone. Someone is going to attempt to do something about that, and it's going to be very touch and go whether we're going to be able to defend against any attacking force. So that is the main thing I'm concerned about at the moment. But, well, there's not much I can be concerned about. All I have to do really is just do whatever I can and then just hope that that is going to be enough. Anyway, let's get some nice couch lines. Oh yeah, look at that. That is some nice damage right there. Unfortunately, I did take a little bit of a cut to my shoulder right there too. And that brings me to the next point. I want to make money, alright? I'm going to try and make as much money as possible, but I have no idea how to do that without using smithing, because that's the point. Usually, I will do a bunch of trading, and horse trading is very, very good, as we know. Horse trading is absolutely fantastic. Like, you cannot get better than horse trading if you are going to be, you know, actually making a large amount of cash. However, that does have its limits as well, because on the one hand, you're kind of like, okay, well, I've traded these horses to this place, and now they have either very limited money or they just don't have a good price anymore. You know what I mean? So, you know, no matter whether you buy horses for 200 or you buy them for 300 or whatever, eventually the price is going to be affected because the supply and demand is going to significantly change, and you're going to be kind of stuck for options then. I mean, obviously there's always an option to go around and trade some other things. You know, you can always trade other things, like you can always trade some flax, or you can always trade silk, you can always trade anything like that. But generally, I wanted to try and stay away from smithing as much as possible because it is just so easy to do. It really is. But I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to be able to do that as it stands. Maybe I'll make like a rule where every in-game week I'm allowed to create like 5 weapons or something like that. I don't know. Maybe that's a little bit too much, because let's face it, if I actually create a proper weapon, like a proper javelin or something like that, it's probably gonna give me about 60,000 or 100,000, or I've seen prices go up to like 140,000. So I mean, this is in obviously previous series, not this one, but yeah, that's a little bit of a problem. So yeah, I mean, the only other thing that we could do is we could try to trade fiefs, and that's something that I've wanted to do for quite a while now, so I'm hopeful that we will be able to do it. So let me just finish up with the looting here, and let's get over. Oh yeah, that's actually something that is very, very good too. Basically eliminating enemy vassals. Eliminating enemy vassals is basically one of the best ways. Wait a minute, what's going on here? No! Are you serious? They have rebelled. Ah, okay. Can I win this? Oh, okay, they're running away. Can I? Oh, I can win this, right? I can win this. Okay, let's build some stuff. Oh, and now I wish I had engineering. I really do. I wish I had engineering right now. I can't believe it. I really cannot believe that they did this to me. Okay, I hope that they are not actually... Wait a minute. Are they actually bringing troops to the... is the improved garrison mod actually bringing troops into the garrison here? Because if they are, then we're going to have some huge problems. Actually trying to take it. Okay, it seems like my castle has... Oh, my guards have been destroyed at the castle. That's not good. That is not good at all. Okay, I'm going to have to move my trebuchet to the reserve right there. It's getting absolutely bombarded to hell and back, which is obviously not what we want. Let's do this. There we go. Let's actually build a siege ram and some siege towers as well, just while we do that. Oh, yeah, by the time I do this, it is not going to go well, in my opinion. This is not going to go well at all. Okay, it seems like I am not indeed having my mod get more people into the garrison here. So I'm pleased about that, but I am not so pleased that I actually have to fight in another siege. So let me actually just see something real quick, because what I'd like to do... no, not this, thank you. I would like to go to my army and then see if there's anyone close by. Okay, we got Polemon and we have Nicanor right here. Okay, so I'm actually going to ask for both of them to come along and try to join me. This, I think, is going to be worth it. Yeah, I mean, it's not that big a deal in terms of its influence cost. So I'm thinking this will be probably quite useful. Let me actually just go over to my little character sheet right here and have a look. Well, what are we doing? Town garrison is 20% more effective for security. Oh, well, that would be pretty good. +1 town loyalty per day. That would have been nice beforehand. Thank you very much. Okay, +1 town loyalty per day. I'm going to take that, because once we take it back, I would like to increase its loyalty relatively fast. So we'll see if we can make that happen. And what do we have here? No, are you serious? Unkid, what are you doing? What are you doing, sir? I have no idea. Okay, this is bad. As you can quite clearly tell, this is very, very bad. They are going to try and interrupt me. 100% they are going to try and interrupt me here. So let's see what we can do. With all the trebuchets firing at once, hopefully they're going to do a massive amount of damage. Hopefully it's going to increase my engineering by a huge margin, and it does seem to be working in that way, so I'm pretty happy with that. Anyway, I do now have 25 in engineering, so let's go over here and see if we can select our really nice perk. Okay, so non-ranged... Oh, non-ranged. Siege engine build speed increased by 10%. I don't really care about that. Ranged... Oh, yes. This is what I'm talking about. That's what I like. Let's do that. That is fantastic. And my engineering skill is going up as we speak. Now, the main problem with how I'm doing this particular siege is that my walls in my future town, if I'm actually able to take it back and receive ownership of it, by the way, yeah, that's a caveat in itself. I'm not entirely sure if it's actually going to be that way or not. Ah, there's Nicanor, thank you very much. He has no food, so now I'm actually spending my own food to feed his troops. Wonderful. Good work, sir. Yes, very, very good work indeed. But yes, anyway, the point is, now, are you going to destroy... Are you not destroying the walls any further? Wait a minute. What? Why are you not destroying the walls any further? Are you serious right now? Okay, it's... I think this is bugged, actually. Oh, make peace with... yeah, of course. Yeah, sure. We can definitely make peace with these guys. I mean, there's no point, basically, in not. Because these fellows have nothing. They have absolutely nothing remaining, so... making a peace agreement with them makes no difference whatsoever. But yeah, I'm actually not entirely sure. I mean, you can see here that there is quite clearly a wall still intact. Oh. Oh no, this is really bad. Harold's party size is 726. I mean, here's the thing. I'm not going to be able to be everywhere at once. I kind of have to rely a little bit on our vassals here, and I'm trying to take back this particular town. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until... I can't really wait that long. Oh, make peace with the Palatians. Okay, yes, I would like to do that as soon as possible, please. Let's just do that. There we go. Let's get to 175 charm skill. That's obviously going to help us out quite a big deal there. as we are going to get another perk. Let's take a look at what that is. Gain 20% more influence from personal actions. Clan members gain 10% more influence from actions. Okay, I'm just going to do the 20% because it is 20% rather than 10%. And let's just have a look. Let's just destroy this. There we go. And now we're going to lead. Oh yes, here we go. Let's lead the assault. Oh yeah, I actually did not change my weapon. Is there a box? Is there a box in the siege here? I'm hopeful that there will be a box of some kind of thing that I can change my weapons at. If not, then I'm gonna have to just go pokey on enemies. What? They really didn't include that? Are you serious? Maybe I just can't find it. You know, it's probable that that is the reason. It might be off to the side here somewhere. It would make sense it would be in a tent or something, right? But yeah, I don't see it. I could be missing it, so I'm not going to discount the fact that there is maybe a baggage chest of some kind that holds my inventory. But I am probably going to say no. It probably is not available here. I think they would make it quite easy to see. So it seems like I will just have to go pokey on the opponents. And, oh, it does seem as, yes, okay, fantastic. It seems as though the walls are actually down, and that was just a bit of a bug in regards to the display of how much HP they indeed had before we went in here. So that's pretty good, I guess. That's pretty good. And maybe I should just use my mount. Should I just use my mount? Yeah, why not? I mean, I'm in here now, so I might as well take advantage of it. And let's see if we can do a little bit of couch lancing. This is going to be hilarious. I actually really like the fact that they have allowed you to use a mount inside sieges, because it never really made that much sense to me if, you know, like for example in Warband, you didn't have the ability to go in on a mount, but it would kind of make sense considering if you have the walls down, like we do here, then obviously a horse can very easily enter. However, obviously a horse is not going to be able to go up a ladder or something like that. That's not going to be... I mean, you know, it depends. I guess it depends on the skill of the horse, but yeah, for the most part, no. You're not going to really see that often. Ooh, some nice kills right here. Maybe we should get a nice little headshot or two. Just increase my crossbow skill. I'd like to get to 125. Yeah, there we go. 126. Thank you very much. Okay, you guys can actually escape if you want to. If you can make it out before I shoot at you a little bit more, then yeah, that's absolutely fine. There we go. Don't really mind too much about that. And I believe that is indeed a victory for us. We have crushed the rebellion, but obviously we still have to complete construction of the Death Star. So that's obviously a bit of a problem, because you never know when that pesky little Skywalker is going to be around here somewhere. Yes, exactly. Okay, well, whatever the case, I am going to go zoomy. And there you go. Okay, that's it. Fantastic. Alright, so 13 renown, not too bad. 16 influence, pretty good, pretty good. Yeah, that's the reason why I take the 20%. I don't know whether it actually increases from battles or anything like that, but if it does, then that's absolutely great. And if it doesn't, then, well, I guess it's still 20% of whatever, you know, and it just gives us a good little bonus here and there whenever we end up doing one of the things. Okay, so here we go. Now we have the ability to choose these options here, because last time I was not the instigator of the siege, so I obviously had no idea that they had this option. But I think there was a message relating to this, and it basically just said, you're a nobody, and you've done nothing in this entire siege, so you have no right to do anything to this town. That's basically what the message said. And this time, however, it's a little bit different. So we have the ability... Oh, this is actually really cool. It gives you a breakdown of all this, too. Byron has to use 6 influence to convince one merciful leader of this action. You lose prosperity. What? Oh my... Wow. Okay, you lose loyalty. You gain gold. And you gain party gold. Oh, wow. That's actually crazy. Okay, so if you do not care one bit about this town, and you just want to literally devastate it as much as you possibly can, then this is a good option to go for. Then what else do we have here? We have pillage. That is basically a smaller option in regards to not devastating it. So it's still going to give you some negative effects, but it's not going to be that much. And show mercy. Well, is there nothing else that I can do? Why are they going to lose 159? Well, I guess they should lose some prosperity from the siege, but I didn't want them to lose any, if at all possible, because this is technically my city still. I hope. Cross fingers, I hope it is. Anyway, show mercy. Alright. As the capturer, would you like to claim this fief? Yes, I would love to claim this fief. Thank you very much. Okay. Whew. Okay, so you do actually have to go through that. You do have to go through the whole, you know, claiming the town again and all that stuff. Okay, so now look at what's happening. It's awful. Okay, but apparently a rebellion is not actually potentially starting that soon. So I'm pretty happy with that. Let's put another 10k in here, just to speed things up a little bit. My construction is amazing, actually. It's 81 at the moment, but yet we still have 136 days on the fortifications, which I'm not a big fan of. So I'm actually going to... Wait a minute. Can I stop that? Yeah, I can stop that. Okay, so now the garrison barracks. Let's just increase that a little bit. +2 experience bonus, taxes, prosperity change. I'd like the prosperity change to be first. So let's actually just... get rid of a couple of these things, and let's have the... Oh, 78 days it's now going to take. That's actually pretty harsh. Well, let's just do that. War repair speed, we need that as well. So let's just keep these two going, and then we'll get the marketplace, and then we'll get the training fields and all that stuff, and that will hopefully help us out. Oh, this actually gives a bonus to construction, but it's only 3. It's probably going to make a... wait a minute, construction cost is only 2,000. That's actually a lot, but the aqueducts, as you can see, the construction cost is 4,000. That's actually insane. But yeah, we're just going to go for something like that, and hopefully they will not see fit to rebel again. If they rebel again, then this is going to be very bad. Very, very bad indeed. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, they have 33,000 in the in their marketplace still. That's actually kind of crazy. All right. So I'm still waiting with bated breath about using this arbalest. Obviously, there's a number of other crossbows, no doubt, that are waiting in the wings for us. Maybe? No, apparently not. It's just a light crossbow here. Well, that's kind of sad. These guys must be primarily archers and not crossbowmen, so obviously that makes sense. Anyway, we're just going to sell most of this gear. I'm just going to take a quick look and see if there's anything that I could potentially use that might be a little better than what I'm currently using. I don't think there is. Doesn't seem like it. No, it doesn't seem like it at all. So we'll just sell all of that. And as you can see, look at the insane amount of money that we can make just from selling loot that we've gained from battle. Obviously, this is going to get more and more or less dependent on how many you fight and so on. So yeah, there's also that. Caravan ambush might be an idea to do the caravan ambush quest. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Let's do that. And we also want to do something else. What did we want to do? Oh yes, I actually wanted to go into the dungeon, because what I want to do is I want to place all of my prisoners, and I'm talking about every single one of them in the prisoner's hold here, because my improved garrisons mod will automatically recruit these prisoners over time and then add them to the garrison, and hopefully they are going to cause them to be pretty good defenders, or whatever the case may be. Hopefully they're going to do that at the very least. Ah, it seems like this is going on. Thanks for the autosave as well. I was very, very pleased to see that. But yes, now we have a slight problem, as you can quite clearly tell. Deathart, the greedy monster himself, has decided to declare war on us as well. So that's obviously going to be a bit of a problem. Anyway, I'm going to get rid of these two. I don't think I need them anymore. I don't think. So we're just going to get rid of them. And then we will hopefully be able to catch up to the caravan. Oh no. Please, oh no, please, please. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Really? Did I really? Yeah. See, now that's exactly the reason why you probably want to be a little bit careful about taking other vassals into your army, because you're going to move much slower. And now as a result, I failed this task, which I am infinitely infuriated about, actually, but, well, never mind, never mind. I mean, there's not much I can do about it now, but we do get the opportunity to fight a couple of enemies and maybe level up my crossbow skill even more, because we are aiming to get that wonderful ability to fire, and shall we say, reload any crossbow on horseback. So hopefully we'll be able to do that. Anyway, let's just get a nice little hit. Did that actually hit someone? Yes, it actually did. Oh, fantastic. I was actually a bit worried there. I thought it hit one of the horses or something, which I didn't really want. So let's see if we can maybe do a little bit more here as well. Oh, everyone's dying. What? Why are these enemies dying so easily? I guess it's because, again, we did uninstall the the combat mod, and it makes my units very effective, apparently, against mounted, because beforehand we would have big problems with these guys, I think, but now, all of a sudden, boom, we're doing nicely. Nice, we took out that guy too. I actually would have preferred if these guys were off their mounts. That would have made things much, much easier. And I thought that was an incoming headshot right there, but no such luck. There we go. Good amounts of skill to be gained from here. And that is... Oh, look at that. That was a nice hit. And wow, he's done. He is absolutely done. Okay, let's go vroom vroom. Ah, look at that. Oh, that's crazy. Okay, so there you go. That is indeed it. We lost no one. Of course, we lost no one. We gained a good amount of renown for that as well. I'm kind of surprised that we gained such a significant amount. And we are now over the threshold for the amount of troops that we have. But that's okay, because we can actually speak to Nathanos right now. And we can talk to him, and we can give him some troops. And hopefully we'll be able to give him some good ones. So let's have a look. What do I have down at the bottom here? All right. Yes, he says moments earlier, hopefully we'll be able to give him some good ones, and then proceeds to give him a bunch of recruits. Yes, that is exactly what I'm doing, hilariously enough. Okay, yeah, so I'm basically just giving him tier 3 and tier 2 units, because I found in the past that NPCs and companions, they're really good at leveling up units. Surprisingly good at leveling them up. And in previous series, I have actually gone so far as to basically be like, okay, I'm going to just recruit 100 volunteers from some random place somewhere in the world, and then I'm just going to give those 100 volunteers to some NPC that is running around in my army, and then I went back to them about 2 in-game weeks later or something like that, and the guy had literally leveled most of these up to tier 4 and tier 5 units. And they were mostly intact. Mostly. Yes, I say mostly. Okay, so now we're having some issues against the Azurai, as you can quite clearly tell. Our war exhaustion is not doing very well at all. And they are attempting to take Askar. I am not a big fan of that. Oh. Never mind. I don't think I'm going to be able to do anything about that. So that is obviously a bit of a problem. And we do have these guys, the Vlandians. I think they're the Royalist faction. Yes, the Royalist Vlandian faction attempting to besiege against us as well. Okay, so this is pretty bad. This is pretty bad, if I do say so myself. So we are going to be having some slight problems, but I do have a number of perks that I would like to be able to deal with. So let's just do that first. Here we go. Alright, so I have another perk for polearms and another perk for crossbow. So let's have a look. Increases stack size for quivers by 4. And troops in your party increase their bolt stack size by 2. Your attacks with crossbows ignore 10% of the enemy's armor. I mean, do I want increased amounts of ammo? I mean, that might be actually kind of good. Because on the one hand, I'm thinking to myself, 10% of the enemy's armor? I mean, if you think about it, if you shoot someone in the body, and they're wearing, you know, like good armor, so if they're wearing something that has like 50 or 60 protection, 10% is literally like 5 or 6, right? So, that's pretty bad. Right? I think that's pretty bad at least. So I'm actually going to go for the stack size. I hope that the quiver actually does reference a crossbow quiver rather than just an archer quiver, because the language or the word to describe it, I obviously don't know what they keep bolts in, but it must be a quiver, right? Surely. Oh well. Whatever the case. Troops in your formation have 20% less morale loss. Mm-hmm. And garrison infantry in governed settlements have their wages reduced by 20%. That might be pretty good. Yeah, I'm going to go for standard bearer, actually, because garrison infantry in governed settlements have their wages reduced by 20%, and we are, of course, by default, the governor of our town. So obviously I want to try and reduce the amount that I have to spend on these guys, because it's pretty significant at the moment. Okay, so apart from that, I don't have too many defenders in here, unfortunately, but I did have to reset my options in the improved garrisons mod. So after it had the small rebellion problem, we did have to do that again, which was a little bit irritating. But, you know, can't really do much about it. Okay, so let's have a look. Alright, so Medini Castle, we actually managed to take this. I am not entirely sure what's going on with our army at the moment. They're taking a castle, but they're leaving Askar completely alone, and that is the thing that actually needs to be taken, in my opinion. It needs to be defended against, and it generally needs to have something done with it. Anyway, I'm just going to try and support this guy as much as possible, I guess. He's going to give me a huge amount right here, as you can see. 9 skill points and 42 relation. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So what can we do with that? Well, if we want to, and if we're able to, I might be able to purchase something from him. I might be able to purchase one of his fiefs, for example, for some cash. And maybe, you know, if we're lucky, then we might be able to, you know, take ownership over it. And then maybe we'll have a good shot at expanding our empire even further. Technically, it's not our empire, but we can create our empire at any time if we want to, as far as I am aware, because we can just go to the kingdom screen and then we can just go here and click create faction for 100 influence. I obviously have not done this yet because this is a new feature in the diplomacy mod. I assume it is the diplomacy mod actually giving me that option and not the base game, but we'll see what happens with that. Okay, I should have put these prisoners in my town, but I was an idiot and I did not do that. So yeah, don't be like me. Put your prisoners in your garrison. Yes, that is the way to go. Okay, so let's actually just take a quick look at what's going on at Askar here, because I'd love to be able to try and take this back if possible. Hashan is already here, which is great. So, what do they have? 64? Are you serious? Oh, you're done. You're done, sir. You're done. Okay, so that is great. Okay, so I basically don't need to do anything. And pretty much all I need to do, actually, I think, is pretty much just leave. I don't think these guys are going to have any issues taking this back. But we have to be a little bit careful because I don't want that army to be defeated. And the army that took Askar is extremely large. But as you can see, it seems like an Azerai... Yes, look at this. An Azerai army was just defeated. I have no idea where these guys were, but apparently they were defeated very handily. And now their war exhaustion is higher than ours, which is absolutely fantastic. And there we go. We took it. Yep, we took Askar. So I didn't even need to help them with that, which is great. And I am obviously not going to be doing anything in regards to this, but I am going to be spending another 100 influence to gain some more relation with another one of these vassals. Let's do it. Another 8 skill points for my charm as well. 44 relation gain. That's exactly what I want. And there we go. Fantastic. Okay. So, first of all, let's... Oh, what's going on here? No. I don't want to pay 100. Actually, should we pay 150? I'm kind of in a bit of two minds about this, actually. Oh no, there's a high risk of rebellion right here as well. Why are they starving, by the way? Don't I have a huge amount of food with me right now? I could... Why are they... What? Why are they starving? They have 562 units of grain, 145 units of fish, and a number of other assorted goods that they can use to feed themselves. What's going on here? Okay, maybe I need to build the, you know, the town improvement or something like that. I would have expected that they would use things from the marketplace, because when you're first beginning out as a trader in Bannerlord, you can use the war effect and the siege effect, because usually when a town is under siege, they obviously, inevitably eat through all of their food supplies. However, after that, if you're sneaky and if you're fast, and you have a lot of grain, or you have a lot of fish, or you have a lot of something, you can go in there, and if they don't have any of that particular food, you can gain a huge amount of cash that way. It really is very, very lucrative to do it in that particular circumstance, but that just, logically, doesn't that show that you've just done that? Doesn't that show that they actually do eat from the marketplace, but these guys are obviously not eating from the marketplace for some reason because they're starving? I don't really get it. I have no idea. So that's a bit weird. Oh, large bag of bolts. Wait a minute. Why am I using these? Oh, the combat mod has... Ah, yes. The combat mod has changed. Of course. Yes, the combat mod has changed things. Yeah, I think the quivers actually... Yeah, I don't think that the thing that I selected actually did increase the bags of bolts, and instead they have just increased the quivers, which are indeed the arrows. And I'm kind of surprised about that, to be honest. So I'm not entirely sure what was going on with that. Yeah, as I thought, you see, because they use that word to describe the arrows and what the arrows are, but they don't use that to do the same thing with the bolts. So that's a little bit worrisome. Okay, so plus 10 bonus to food production. So as you can see, yeah, right here, they don't have enough food, which is to be expected, of course. And I suppose what I'm going to have to do, we're going to have to stop all of these, and we're going to have to get orchards up and running. But as you can quite clearly tell, we have 0 construction because the loyalty is done. It is really, really low. And I'm not entirely sure how I'm supposed to get that up. Is there a way that I can improve that? Can I maybe go to the tavern and maybe see if I can buy everyone a drink or something? I mean, obviously that would work in Warband, but here, maybe not so much. So let's actually just take a quick look. Hello there. I need some information about this town. High society gossip. Okay, yeah, you're useless, sir. Thank you. Yeah, that's what he said to me. Alright, so yeah, that doesn't seem to actually give me any information whatsoever, unfortunately. I would have loved to have been able to maybe go in here, maybe perform some kind of quest or whatever. Maybe actually the loyalty would help if I did the escort caravan mission, but the problem with that is, I mean, you can see here, these guys... Yeah, they all don't really like me, so maybe that would make a difference. But yeah... It's a bit of a weird thing. If you have any tips, on how to increase loyalty with a particular town, then by all means let me know in the comments. I would very much appreciate that. But otherwise, here we go. This is who we are currently at war against. We might actually be making peace with the Aserai. I don't know what's going to happen with that. I'm not going to take part in that particular vote, because if they are all in favor of it, then my vote will not make any difference. But if they're not in favor of it, then, well, same thing. So I'm just going to leave them to it because I don't have a huge amount of influence anyway. And I'd much prefer to focus on Royalist Flandir. As you can see, they only have 3 towns. So it should be a lot easier for us to try and take a couple of those. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.